Many people believe that habits are just small details, minor routines that barely touch the course of their lives. They think one more day of laziness, of excess, of distraction won't really matter. They comfort themselves by saying that someday when motivation strikes, they'll change everything overnight. But that day never comes, and while they wait for the perfect moment, their current habits quietly keep shaping who they are and where they're heading. Because destiny doesn't change in one dramatic event, it changes through what repeats. What you do again and again becomes who you are. When habits are chaotic, life becomes chaotic. When habits are disciplined, life becomes stable, focused, and powerful. The hardest truth to accept is this: habits already exist, whether you notice them or not. From the moment the alarm goes off until the lights go out, automatic patterns decide where your energy goes, what gets your attention, what gets postponed, and what gets done. Some habits move you forward: waking up on time, planning your day, taking care of your body, investing energy in what matters. Others hold you back, checking your phone the moment you wake up, postponing what's uncomfortable, wasting hours on distractions, eating without awareness, spending without purpose. The question isn't whether you have habits. The question is which ones are building the life you want and which ones are quietly sabotaging it. The first act of order is to make those patterns visible. You can't change what you don't recognize. Observe a full day with brutal honesty. What time do you wake up? How do you start your morning? Where do your first hours of focus go? How often do you get interrupted? What do you eat? How do you close your day? Once you see it on paper, mystery turns into cause and effect. Chronic exhaustion usually hides behind poor sleep habits. Feeling stuck often reveals scattered focus habits. Weak relationships often reflect inconsistent communication habits. It's uncomfortable to admit, but that clarity is the key to control. Once a habit is exposed, it stops being an invisible master and becomes a conscious choice. Organizing habits isn't just about removing what harms, it's about replacing it with something better. The vacuum never stays empty. If you don't fill it intentionally, the old pattern will return. Instead of forcing yourself not to check your phone upon waking, decide what will replace that urge. Read a few pages, write down your goals, breathe deeply for 3 minutes. Instead of promising to stop snacking, set a fixed kitchen closing time and create an evening ritual that signals the end of eating for the day. Instead of declaring war on procrastination, create a 5-minute rule. Start the task for just 5 minutes without judgment, just to build momentum. The brain responds to specifics. The clearer the alternative, the easier it becomes to adopt. Your environment is a silent mold. Every object, every sound, every light and notification nudges behavior in a certain direction. A chaotic environment makes destructive habits easy and productive ones difficult. A deliberate environment flips that dynamic. Order isn't perfectionism, it's strategy. Remove what invites disorder, prepare in advance what supports the right habits, reduce friction for the good and increase friction for the bad. Leave your workout clothes ready the night before. Keep your notebook open where you'll see it in the morning. Automate your savings so money moves before you can spend it. Take out of your home the foods that sabotage your goals. Set a time when screens go off. Willpower is limited, environmental design is not. Habits don't show their impact in a week, they show it over months and years. Each repetition is a silent deposit into your future. At first, you don't see the difference. The body doesn't change, the bank balance doesn't rise, the mind doesn't feel sharper. But over time, the accumulation becomes undeniable. Like a drop of water that doesn't break the stone with one fall, but shapes it through persistence. That's why the golden rule is never break the chain. On difficult days, do the minimum version. Walk 10 minutes when you can't run. Read 2 pages when you can't read 20. Save a few coins when money is tight. Perfection is fragile. Consistency is unstoppable. Character isn't built in bursts of inspiration. It's built in repeated rituals. Real transformation begins when a habit stops being a task and becomes part of identity. It's not about working out. It's about being someone who cares for their body. It's not about reading more. It's about being someone who invests in their mind. It's not about saving money. It's about being someone who acts responsibly with their resources. Each repetition is a vote for the person being created. When identity takes root, effort feels different. What once required willpower now happens naturally. Discipline stops being a fight and becomes the way of life. Emotions, if not governed, will steal the steering wheel. Most people abandon good habits not because they can't sustain them, but because they obey passing emotions. Anger, sadness, fatigue, frustration. A bad day at work turns into junk food. An argument becomes hours of mindless scrolling. A moment of discouragement leads to skipping the routine. True order begins when emotion is observed, not obeyed. A pause of a few seconds can save weeks of progress. Ask, does this impulse reflect the person I want to become or the one I'm leaving behind? Prepare substitute responses before the storm comes. Deep breathing, a walk, journaling, a quick workout, a call to someone who reminds you of your commitment. It's not about feeling motivated all the time. It's about honoring what you said you would do even when motivation disappears. Emotions are signals. With maturity, they become fuel. Time is the raw material of destiny. Every minute wasted on the trivial is a minute that never returns. Mastering time doesn't mean filling every slot in your calendar. It means defining what matters most and protecting it. Choose 3 key actions that, if completed, will make the day worthwhile. Reserve deep work blocks in your best hours, free from notifications and noise. Build an opening ritual that sets direction and a closing one that restores energy. Learn to say no to what doesn't contribute, because every unnecessary yes is a no to what truly matters. Constant busyness is the mask of disorder. Focus is its cure. Taking full responsibility is reclaiming power. You don't always choose what happens, but you always choose how to respond. A victim mentality hands control to external forces. Responsibility takes it back. Keeping promises, finishing what you start, correcting mistakes instead of justifying them. These small habits strengthen the character like a muscle. Excuses and blame weaken it. Order flourishes when the question shifts from, why is this happening to me, to what can I do right now to make it better? Even the smallest action breaks inertia. Nothing aligns habits like a clear vision. Saying success or health isn't enough. The mind needs precision. What does a day in that ideal life look like? What time does it start? What does it include? What doesn't it tolerate? When the vision is clear, habits stop feeling like punishment and start feeling like the natural bridge toward that vision. Training isn't a sacrifice, it's part of the design. Saving isn't deprivation, it's construction. Reading isn't an obligation, it's nourishment for better decisions. Each habit is a gear in the machine of your life. When one is missing, the system struggles. When all are aligned, everything moves smoothly. Triggers matter. No habit appears out of nowhere. Each is activated by a signal, a place, an emotion, a person, a time of day, even a smell. Identifying those signals allows intervention before the pattern begins. If stress eating starts when you pass a certain restaurant, change your route or plan ahead. If distractions begin when you open social media, move those apps off your home screen and set fixed checking times. If impulse spending comes with stress, redirect that urge. Walk, write, transfer that money into savings immediately. Make the right action easy and the wrong one inconvenient. That's practical habit engineering. Reward progress. The brain repeats what feels rewarding. The reward doesn't need to sabotage. It can be marking a calendar, taking a conscious break, saying out loud that you kept your word. This feedback loop connects discipline with satisfaction, making good habits more attractive. Over time, the greatest reward becomes coherence itself, the peace of living aligned with what truly matters. Every system is tested on imperfect days, sickness, chaos, problems. If a plan only works under ideal conditions, it's not a plan, it's a wish. That's why habits need flexible versions that survive the storm. Missing 1 hour of sleep shouldn't destroy a week. Traveling shouldn't erase all movement. A tough project shouldn't break every routine. Even a small version keeps identity intact. This is what gets done, even when it's hard. That's where character hardens. What you repeat defines your story. There's no neutrality. Repeating discipline builds a disciplined identity. Repeating laziness builds a lazy one. Every daily act is a vote for the kind of person being built. The sum, invisible today, becomes obvious tomorrow. A time will come when looking back reveals the contrast. The small habits once dismissed were the foundation of everything, and the habits eliminated were the chains that held life down. It wasn't luck, it was accumulation. It was coherence between what was said and what was done. Habits are the language through which you speak to your future. Each repetition sends a message to the person you'll be in 5, 10, or 20 years. You will be strong, or you will be stuck. You will live free, or you will live with regret. That message is being written right now in the smallest decisions, in choosing to rise with the first alarm, in opening a book instead of a phone, in saving before spending, in saying no to what steals attention. The opportunity isn't in miracles, it's in constancy. To start today, take one clear step. Make your day visible, choose one habit to replace, design one cue to trigger it, and perform the first repetition within minutes. It doesn't require perfection. It requires direction. It doesn't require the world to change. It requires you to change what you repeat. Time will pass anyway. The only question is what will grow. Because what seems small today will soon fill your life. The question isn't whether something will grow. The question is what will. Ordering habits is choosing the forest your life will become. Those who take responsibility, design their environment, honor a clear vision, govern emotions, and protect their time don't depend on luck or perfect conditions to advance. They move forward because they decide to. And when progress itself becomes a habit, destiny stops being an accident. It becomes a conscious masterpiece. Start now. Write your inventory, replace one pattern, set one clear cue, take one first step. Not tomorrow, today. Because every day lived in order is a message to your future. And the moment you choose discipline, life begins to respond. Brick by brick, habit by habit, you build the version of yourself capable of carrying the life you dream of.